Hey everyone, it's Soul Tribe Huddle. Love Huddle, it's so fun. So tonight I'm going to be sharing something really exciting. I don't know if you guys know much about Bob Proctor, but he's a pretty inspirational man. He'd be well into his 70s now, probably close to his 80s now. And for the last 56 years, he's been studying the law of attraction. So you may have found him in The Secret. He's actually in the book, but he's also in the movie. So he talks a lot around mindset and the law of attraction, which is really, really interesting. And he's done a lot of study around paradigms and how basically how our subconscious holds on to things that we think are of value, and it becomes our life. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to share something on the screen. So this is just a video of him explaining a little bit about how the paradigm works. He has like a upside down, inside out technique, which I will explain to you afterwards. And it's really very simple. But if you, kind of get confused or anything along the way, just let me know and I can go over it with you afterwards. It's only a 15-minute video, so it's not too long. And just let me know if you hear it, because I know my internet's not always that great. Sometimes it cuts out. So I'm just going to share my screen. And hopefully you guys can see it all. I might just, if I can make it bigger. Okay. All right, so if you've got your note, paper and pen ready, you might want to take some notes on this one. There's no sound yet, but I will check in to see if you guys can hear it when the sound starts. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing from mode because I just want to make sure I'm actually recording this. Yes, I am. Sorry, because I know there's lots of people that can't come on that want me to record it. So we'll start again. Okay, can you hear it okay?
No, no sound, Tanya.
Can everyone else hear it? Linda, Maxine, can you hear it?
I could hear it at the start when you first shared your screen, but now all I hear is him mumbling.
Oh, God, it does that sometimes on these Zooms.
I can't hear it either.
Great. We'll go back a bit and we'll do it again. Can you hear?
I can't hear it.
Okay, none of you can hear it.
No.
Damn it. Okay, that's a shame. Okay, so then what I have to do is I'll have to just walk you guys through it. So I'm just going to get my whiteboard. So this will be fun. Right, here's my pen. Okay. So what he talks about is this is pretty much our body. So this is a really funny looking diagram. This is the head, and this is the body. Now, what I'm going to do is just check my phone, my photos, to make sure I've got it right. Okay, so this is our body, and this is our head, right? And what we've got is our head is broken up into the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Oh God, I haven't spelled that right, mind. You guys know what I mean anyway. So basically what happens with this is our conscious mind is a whole lot of positive thoughts. So, you know, obviously when we think consciously, we can actually be in control of it. So we're totally in control of our conscious mind. Positive thoughts, so, you know, it's things like it's our belief, makes up our belief, our confidence, our understanding, and our action, right? So you get that? Now, what your subconscious mind is your subconscious mind is negative. So negative thoughts, right? So when we think about positive thoughts, negative thoughts. And this is things like, you know, worry and anxiety and depression, which often leads to disease, right? So what happens is, and what Bob talks about is when we come into this world, we come in as a baby. Everything that we learn from our parents, our friends, our teachers, you know, our adults, all the adults in our life where we're learning, right? And so by the time we get to about, I think he talks about 6 years of age, we've actually pretty much already defined our values, our beliefs for the rest of our life. And so what happens is we receive it consciously, but it actually goes into our unconscious mind. And what it does is it becomes our paradigm, right? Paradigm. So our paradigm, can you guys all see that? Our paradigm is our beliefs. So our paradigm becomes what it is that we are, what we believe, and what creates our world, and what we action, and you know what we're thinking all the time, and it creates our patterns. So you will find in your life that you will have some patterns that keep popping up. So every time you try and change something, there'll be a pattern there, and you'll think, why do I keep doing the same thing when I actually don't want to? That's because what happens is you're actually following your paradigm. It's your blueprint. It's what it is that you've designed and changed. Now, the only way that we can actually change our paradigm and see what happens is, so when I talked about before about the upside down to the inside out, so upside down means that we start here and we make everything conscious, right? So we start by having conscious positive affirmations around what it is you want. It goes down into your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind is what drives your actions. So you don't want to be going inside out. You don't want your paradigm to be guiding your conscious mind. You want to be consciously driving your subconscious so that you can get the results you want. Okay? Because at the moment, what we're doing is we're getting driven by a paradigm. Our conscious mind is thinking other things. We're getting driven by a paradigm which is actually, which is driving our actions and getting us the results that we're getting now. So that's why we keep getting the same results, because we're following the same paradigm all the time. It becomes a default. It's something that we're always doing. And so, and another thing that I would really want to mention here is a lot of people find that they get, so when we talk about inside out, so this is upside down, this is inside out. So when we go from this way and then out to get the results that we want, we're actually being in control of what our thoughts are, and we're changing our paradigm. But what a lot of people do, and this is most of us will be guilty of this, is actually we allow the results that we're getting now to drive us. And we allow the distractions from everyday life out there to drive us. So we're going from the outside in rather than the inside out. And this is a really, really important thing to remember, is we've got to actually be totally in control of our subconscious. And obviously it's really, really hard to do, but the only way that we can do that is by changing this paradigm. And we do that by not allowing the outside world to alter our, to alter our thoughts and to alter our actions, really, so that we're going to get better results. Because who wants better results? Who wants to change the results that we're getting? I mean, I do. I'm totally up for that. I'm kind of over getting the results that I'm getting. So, oh, Kieran can't get in. I don't know why. Okay, so one of the things that, and this is something that he talks about a lot, is we've actually got to change what we are telling ourselves. And this is something that has to be done every single day. And I know I've talked about this a little bit in the lives that I do into Team Love, that I've been doing into Team Love. But what we've got to do is we've got to be saying, so we've got to get an affirmation that works for us, or affirmations that works for us to change our paradigm. And we have got to be saying it every single day, all the time. Because what happens is we decide, okay, I'm going to change this, and you start, and you might do 1 or 2 or 3 days of affirmations, and then it kind of falls off. And it's the same as anything. The reason why you ended up with this paradigm is because you kept getting the repeated stimulus all the time, teaching you that this is how you do things, this is what your values are, this is what your beliefs are. And so it's constantly becoming a reality for you, which is what's created your paradigm. So again, we've got to do the exact same thing by changing it to make it a more positive paradigm. So you've got to change that paradigm by telling yourself, this is what you're going to believe now, this is your belief now, this is your reality now. So I've got a really, really good one here that Bob Proctor has actually given us, and this is a really, really good affirmation, because one of the things that he talks about is that we cannot be reliant on one source of income. One source of income is not enough for us, and all the people that are rich, so all the richest people in the world, have more than one source of income. And it's not just a source of income, but it's actually a passive source of income. So an income that's going to grow and grow and grow and compound over the years. So he talks about that a lot. And so this is an affirmation that he uses that has, and he's been doing this for like 56 years. And he's been saying this affirmation every single day for 56 years. He is a multi-millionaire, so he's doing all right. He's doing really well, and he talks a lot about practicing. That you're never got to the point where you've learned everything. You've never got to the point where you're actually perfect and you don't need to be doing this anymore. It doesn't matter how much money you're earning or how long you've been doing it for. You've still got to practice these affirmations every single day, because that's the only way that it's actually going to get in and change your paradigm. So this is the affirmation that I've been starting to say the last couple of days. So this is, I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Did you get that? Should I say it again? Okay. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Got it? Sarah, Max, got it?
What's the last couple of words? I've got, I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources.
On a continuous basis. So it's always coming to you. So And the key thing for me was, yes, you know, these affirmations are great. And, you know, what I've done is I've actually written it down on a big piece of paper, and I actually have it on my desk. So it's right there beside me. And so every time I look at it, I say it out loud every time. And if I go out, I take it in the car with me. I put it down in the car beside me. So every time I see it, I've got to say it. So you're telling your brain this all the time. So what you're doing is you're not only changing your paradigm and telling your brain that this is your current reality, but you're also you're allowing the universe to attract that to you because you're staying in alignment. And what you're also doing is you're working from the inside out, and you're not being distracted by the outside world. So you're not being distracted by the everyday things, by the other people's stuff, the environmental issues, everything else that comes into your mind is what we call like monkey chatter every day. So you're actually focusing on what it is that you really want. And something else that, you know, of course, it's really important to be saying these affirmations, but again, we also want to connect the emotions in too, because that also makes it even stronger. So when you are saying this affirmation, you are also feeling how good that feels to have all this income coming in continuously from all these multiple streams. How good does that feel? What would you be doing with that? So at the same time, you're actually putting a vision out there, and you're creating this vision as if you have it right now. So feel how grateful you are. Absolutely feel it. Because we can say this in our head, and yes, it's going to change our paradigm over time, but it's not going to be as powerful for us. Because, and I don't know if any of you have been watching any of the soul alignment lives that I've been doing, but when we are really feeling and we're really grateful and we're really in that vibe of love, we're actually, we're aligned. We are aligned, and we are ready for the law of attraction, for the universe to actually bring us what it is that we're really wanting. So that's when this starts happening in your life, and you'll find that not only miracles start happening, but everything that you want starts happening. You'll also feel so much more peaceful, because you won't be so worried about, you know, having to get this. It'll just start happening for you. The obstacles will start falling away. And that's also a really good sign around, you know, that your paradigm is changing as well. So one of the things that he talks about a lot is he talks about how if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling any kind of stress, then your mindset's not right. So it's about changing your mindset. And that's exactly what these affirmations do. So another thing that I want to challenge you on, because I know, you know, we're like onions, right? And we peel back the skins layer by layer by layer. There's going to be things that always come up for us. This is around money. But if you guys have other things, other patterns that you feel that you can see in life that you keep repeating and you don't want to repeat those anymore, then find yourself a really good affirmation that you can add to this every day. And you can have like a little list of affirmations that actually go towards changing that paradigm and making your life exactly the way you want it. It might be around relationships. It might be around health. It might be around your career. It might be around, you know, just, you know, your home life, whatever it is. If there's something that keeps coming up for you, the same patterns that you keep repeating, you can do this for anything. You can change your paradigm for anything. So this is just something that I thought would be really helpful for you guys to work on around your business and to create that income that you really want to create. So do you guys have any questions around the paradigm or the stuff that I've just been sharing? So the other thing that we talk about with the subconscious is the subconscious is also your emotions, right? And so you're by feeling, bringing some emotion into that affirmation. So you are connecting your conscious mind with the thought and with what you're saying, and then you're bringing your emotions into the subconscious, and you're making it a reality, and then it's going down into your body, and you're actually making it happen. So you're actioning it. And then what you get from that is you get new results. So you don't end up with the same results all the time. So here, I don't have my cloth, I don't know where my cloth is, I can't. So you get new results. So what you're getting is you're giving it an idea. What you want to be doing ultimately is putting in new ideas into your brain rather than the same old shit, different day. And when you think about it, like I noticed this a lot this morning when I went out for my walk, is I had so much mind chatter going on. I was like walking and there was all this mind chatter about, you know, stuff that made me feel anxious around, you know, how this conversation went and how it could have gone better. And, you know, I was like playing out all this stuff in my mind. I thought, I've got so much shit going on in my head all the time. And so what I did was I actually focused on being in the moment and looking at the houses around us and imagining, feeling, like visualizing, this is our home. So this is our home that we're building. This is what it looks like. And, you know, so I really made it become my vision of what it is that I wanted. So even when you're going through your day and you're, you know, and you're really aware of the mind chatter, you can change it at any moment. You can actually shut that mind chatter off and go, do you know what? I'm going to go right into my heart right now. And I'm going to change this paradigm. I'm going to take these affirmations. I'm going to say these affirmations, and I'm going to visualize how it would feel when I'm actually feeling this in the moment. So if one of the things that you really struggle with is that you feel like you're not capable, that you're not enough, that you can't make your business work, well, you know, when you say the affirmation, I am not enough, how does that make, or I am enough, how does that make you feel? Do you feel, you know, like peaceful? Do you feel totally powerful and, you know, like you can do anything, that you can create anything that you want? Like if you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe that you can make your business work or whatever it is, change that information and feel what it would be like to actually feel that, to have that value. And then, you know, just be more consciously aware. I think that's something that a lot of us forget, is that we're so stuck and controlled by our subconscious, because our subconscious controls us. That's what it does. Our paradigm, it's become us, and it's driving us. It's our driving force. It drives all our actions. So we don't want that to happen anymore. So our conscious mind is out here being by other things in the world, and our subconscious mind is driving the things that we do every day. That's why we're in a pattern. That's why we're stuck in the same pattern on a mouse wheel. Sorry, Maxine, did you want to say something? Oh, no? Okay. So do you guys have any questions around that? I'm really sorry I couldn't get couldn't get any sound on the video, because I mean the way Bob explains it's amazing. It's way better than me. I hope you understood all that. And do you have any questions around it? Just sing out.
Are you able to share that on the Soul Tribe?
Yes,
post the
yeah, I will.
Post his video for.
Yeah, I will. I will do that. So what I'll do is I will put it up tomorrow with this one as well, with this recording, just explaining it a little bit with all the affirmations. But yeah, I think sometimes, and some of it, the way he explains it, it gets a bit heady, and even I had to kind of watch it a few times and go, okay, I get that, how that works. So I guess the way I explained it was kind of more layman's terms. He's very much, yeah, he's been studying it for a long time. So yeah, any questions around it? Do you understand it?
Not completely, to be honest.
And what don't you get? What don't you understand?
I don't know, really. I think I'll just watch his video. I probably will like to hear his stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much about the upside down and the inside out so much in the video, which is why I wanted to explain that to you guys. He doesn't talk much about the distractions that we get from the outside world. that causes mind chatter, and that's really, really, really important. And like for me, it's something that I've really been aware of this week, how much mind chatter we let control us. So, you know, we're actually not, when we let the outside world in to control what we're doing every day, to become our conscious mind, we're actually not in control at all. We're letting everything else control us. And so that's how come we're kind of on this treadmill doing the same thing every day, getting the same results. So we've got to learn to actually focus and only bringing in things that we want. This is really important, only bringing in things that we really want to create, to change that paradigm and change our actions and change our results.
You know, I read a really interesting book by Elizabeth Gilbert called Big Magic. Have you read Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert?
No.
It's amazing. I'll say it's a must read. But she said some interesting things about thoughts, and this is the non-duality kind of idea as well, is that thoughts are things that just kind of float around in the consciousness, and they come into us, but we don't generate them. You know, we swim in them, kind of. But we think that we generate them, which I find really interesting. Because a lot of us feel like we have bad thoughts or we shouldn't have certain thoughts, but I'm really interested in that whole area about what thoughts are and where do they actually come from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he talks about, so, you know, Bob talks about how we're just really, and we're being controlled by, you know, the thoughts that are kind of coming from the outside in. And that we actually need to be in control of our own thoughts. And, you know, that essentially the subconscious is very negative. And we know that. We know that the subconscious is very negative because as babies, we pick up the most negative values and beliefs, really. And, you know, we find that if our life isn't going the way that we really want to, it's because we're stuck in this pattern and we actually don't know how to get out of it. It's become our blueprint. So is she on Audible, Maxine?
Yes, that one is on Audible, actually.
What's her name? Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth Gilbert, the one that did Eat, Pray, Love.
Gilbert. Oh yeah, I've read that one. And what's the book called? The Big Magic?
Big Magic, yeah, and it's a beautiful book, really, really sort of mostly around creativity and following your curiosity, not judging yourself, it's a very good book.
That's great.
Very
and
much
one of the
about
things that Bob talks about too is that curiosity.
Right.
Following your curiosity and, you know, allowing yourself to create and bring in ideas rather than following what your current reality is, because most of us, let's face it, don't actually want to be in our current reality. But we are staying in it because that's all we think about all day. All day we think about our current reality. And that's pretty much what I realized this morning when I stopped myself and thought, God, this is just shit that I'm thinking of that's not even important. So being more mindful of that to start with, and then changing it to, well, I really want this. This is what I want to think about because I want this to be my current reality. Think about what you want in your current reality. Do you want more money? Do you want better relationships? Do you want more freedom? Do you want, you know, more, do you want to feel better and more peaceful? Do you want your life to feel calmer? Think about all that and what affirmations you need to tell yourself to have that, to make that your current reality, to change it. Hey Lex, we're just finishing, honey.
Yeah, sorry, I've been like good. I've not been sleeping.
Oh, bummer, that's all right. I've recorded it, so we couldn't play the video tonight, sorry, sadly.
Oh, no recording, you say?
Well, I couldn't. I'm going to put up the video into Soul Tribe, and I'll pop this recording up as well.
Oh,
tomorrow, so you'll
perfect.
be able to watch it. Yeah, because I couldn't play it for some. Well, I could play it, but no one could hear it. So it happens sometimes. So any other questions that you ladies have before we jump off?
No, I just really the feeling stressed and your paradigm needs to change.
Yeah.
Because I personally have noticed for myself that when I'm not living my values is when all
okay, let me think this through.
like
First of all, because we've already come up with so many topics.
Sorry, Lex, I've just muted you. Sorry, go for it, Linda.
yeah, and so it's nice to like know the answer on how to change that and bring it back so that I am living my values. And that's just changing my paradigm and taking that conscious control over those thoughts to something that actually I want to think about.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, it sounds really simple. It sounds really simple, but it's actually getting and it's practicing it every single day, all the time. It's really making it part of your daily routine. Like you would get up every morning, have breakfast and clean your teeth. It's that. Yeah. So every morning you would get up, you would say your affirmations, you'd have breakfast, you'd say your affirmations, you'd clean your teeth, you'd say your affirmations, you know what I mean? So it becomes a part of every part of your everyday, so that you're actually really practicing changing that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'll definitely be adding it into the routine. Yeah.
Me too. So, you know, the other thing is you can write them out and like stick them everywhere in your house. You can put them on your fridge, you can put them on your dressing table mirror, you know, you can put them in your car, you can put them everywhere that you're going to be as a reminder, and every time you see it, you say it. You actually speak it. And when you're speaking it, you actually feel it. So you get into that moment and feel it. Cool. Well, I might not keep you guys any longer because it's been over half an hour. So unless you guys have got any other questions.
Why do you pronounce paradigm?
Do I say paradigm, do I? Are you picking on me?
Did you say paradigm? I am. I'm bullying you. I'm laughing at you. You said paradigm.
Stop bullying
paradigm.
Me.
You're not speaking the Queen's English.
Maxine, I just wanted to introduce you to Linda and Lex. So Lex and Linda are surrogate Soul Tribe now. They're kind of downline from the marshes, and don't really have anyone that they can. So Linda is Lex's downline, and they don't really have anyone that can support them to jump on training and stuff. And so I just said, well, just come into Soul Tribe and you can join our trainings and things.
Yeah, thanks so much.
That's who they are. If you think
you're in Brian team, did you say?
Yeah, our NMD upline quit, so he became our next upline, but we don't actually have contact with him. We've been reaching out to people, and Tanya's been nice and helped us. So,
bye, Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the more the merrier, really.
Oh, cool.
We all help each other out and have insights, don't we?
Yeah. So you're welcome to jump on here. We have them every Wednesday night. We have our event at 7:30, and I said to Linda before that, in fact, I might just stop recording. That you're